Hi everyone, Zach Pickoff here, and welcome back to another lesson video. Today, I will be going over the 16-1 text. So let's jump right into the video. Okay, so as I had stated before, I'm going to be going over the 16-1 text. So we're starting our new chapter today, and in this chapter, we will be learning about how to record adjusting and closing entries for a corporation. In addition to that, we will also be learning about how to identify accounting concepts and practices related to adjusting and closing entries for a merchandising business that's organized as a corporation, record adjusting entries, record closing entries for income statement accounts, record the closing entry for dividends, and finally, prepare a post-closing trial balance for a merchandising business that's organized as a corporation. Alright, so now that I've read over the learning objectives, let's jump right into the 16-1 text. Alrighty, so now we're going to be moving on to the 16-1 text, which is the first lesson in Chapter 16. And in this lesson, we will be learning about how to record adjusting entries for a corporation. Okay, so to start, we're going to be talking about transferring adjusting entry information from a worksheet to a general journal. So when we transfer adjusting entry information from a worksheet to a general journal, there are multiple steps that we have to follow in order to complete this process. First, we write the heading. Next, we write the date. After that, we identify the first adjustment. Following that, we write the account debited. Then, we record the debit amount. Next, we write the account credited. Following that, we record the credit amount. And finally, we continue down the adjustments columns. Alright, next we're going to be talking about the adjusting entry for allowance for uncollectible accounts. So the adjusting entry for allowance for uncollectible accounts is as follows. We debit uncollectible accounts expense and we credit allowance for uncollectible accounts. Okay, next we're going to be talking about the adjusting entry for merchandise inventory. So the adjusting entry for merchandise inventory is as follows. We debit income summary and we credit merchandise inventory. Alright, next we're going to be talking about the adjusting entry for supplies office. So the adjusting entry for supplies office is as follows. We debit supplies expense office and we credit supplies office. Okay, next we're going to be talking about the adjusting entry for supplies store. So the adjusting entry for supplies store is as follows. We debit supplies expense store, and we credit supplies store. All right, next we're going to be talking about the adjusting entry for prepaid insurance. So the adjusting entry for prepaid insurance is as follows. We debit insurance expense, and we credit prepaid insurance. Okay, next we're going to be talking about the adjusting entry for depreciation office equipment. So the adjusting entry for depreciation office equipment is as follows. We debit depreciation expense office equipment, and we credit accumulated depreciation office equipment. All right, next we're going to be talking about the adjusting entry for depreciation store equipment. So the adjusting entry for depreciation store equipment is as follows. We debit depreciation expense store equipment, and we credit accumulated depreciation store equipment. Okay, so the last thing that we're going to be talking about in this lesson is the adjusting entry for federal income taxes. So the adjusting entry for federal income taxes is as follows. We debit federal income tax expense, and we credit federal income tax payable. All right, so that is the end of the 16-1 text. In the next video, I will be going over the 16-1 work together. Okay, thank you.